So it's time to pick yourself up. It's time for you to stop the blame game. It's time for you to make no excuses. Because you know what excuses get you? Nowhere. Understatement if you could say that everything is not what it seems to be. We have to be very careful of how we outlook everything that happens in our life, because everything is happening as it's supposed to. But one thing I am grateful for is the fact that I still have this mind that the Lord gave me. It is most important that we pay careful attention to what we pay to. When I say pay very careful attention, I mean be careful of what you think about yourself. In many instances, I had to remind myself of how important it is to see greatness in myself, greatness in what I do, and looking everything with a prosperity mindset is one of the most important things I could ever do. So let us start becoming who we're supposed to be by first of all adhering to the rules. What I mean is there are already places that you know you're not supposed to go, and in you going to those places, instead of prosperity coming out, you are literally preventing yourself from your blessings. I would be lying if I said everything is as it's supposed to be, because I am at the center of everything. How you think about everything and how it manifests is exactly what's happening. So I'd like to pay careful attention to where I am right now, where things are supposed to be going. How often should we take stock of ourselves? Because everything we do affects the next. To be honest, May has been one of the hardest months. It's been filled with a lot of struggle. Struggle, when I sit down to think about it, is one thing that I'm actually grateful for. Without struggle, you don't see the value in how unique your life is. And as hard as it might be, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else other than where I do find myself. What does that mean? It means that we are grateful for where we are, because what happened had led us to here. What needs to happen needs to be totally different to get us where we want to go. A bit of complacency has settled in me, and I'm actually quite fearful of remaining the same. I'm quite fearful of the fact that I might get myself in a position where I can't even count my blessings. Be thankful for the fact that I still wake up and I get to make an impact. First of all, the impact on my life, like the promise that I made to myself, am I fulfilling that? A part of me feels like I'm not, while another part also feels like I am. But to me, one thing I've actually learned about this journey is that you can never be certain about anything. You can never be certain about anything, regardless of where we find ourselves. So let me adhere. Let me not wonder. Let me put the effect. Let me put the blame on me. Things go wrong, the blame is on me. Things go right, the blame is on me. But not blame in a sense where it holds me back from even living. Blame that takes you away from accountability of, yeah, you could have done better there. How about on your next trial you try doing much better because you have better now? I've been entertaining the side of me that is not bringing me prosperity for way too long now. I've been in fights with my ego, and it feels so good sometimes to have your ego stroked. But then what are the outcomes of that? What are the outcomes of that? Eventually, you're gonna have to take accountability, bro. Eventually, you're gonna have to put aside everything that doesn't matter now and actually make the decision. What decision am I talking about? The decision to go fully out and being yourself. The decision of starting a new journey. Because starting a new journey entails that you start to do things that you've never done before. Where has what you've done taken you other than give you the same results that you've been getting previously? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So it's time to pick yourself up. It's time for you to stop the blame game. It's time for you to make no excuses. Because you know what excuses get you? Nowhere. Show me a man who succeeded and had excuses, and I'll wait. Show me a woman who succeeded and has made excuses, and I'll wait. Show me anyone who got to the pinnacle of their success and still striving for more, that got there by excuses. Nothing is going to beat action. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is going to get you to where you're supposed to be other than action. So I want you to make a devotion. I want you to make a promise to yourself. I want you to handle the negative. I don't want you to act like it doesn't exist. Of course it does. But I also want you to watch how you talk to yourself, how you talk to others, what you think about yourself, what you think about others. You are the main protagonist of your own story. You are the one who's in charge. You are the one you have been waiting for. Now it's time to walk into that role. It's time for you to be the person that you've always wanted to be. What anybody else thinks about you doesn't matter now. What matters the most is, what do you think about yourself? Your name is Thando. What does Thando mean? Translated into English from Xhosa, it means love. Are you about love? And remember, this love has nothing to do with anything that's on the outside. It's never been. I'm looking at a picture of myself while recording this. 9 years old. The smile on this young man's face is a smile that is filled with exuberance. But as we grow older, we take on more responsibility and we start to lose the sense of the child in us. It's time for you to regain the childlike nature in yourself. That means that you have to go through this alone. Nobody can do it for you except yourself. Being that example, being the manifestation that you've always wanted to be, like Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see. All I want to do is make that young man proud. But everything that you do in the now has a ripple effect on what the future has to bring. What does that really mean? It means that what we do today affects tomorrow. What we don't do today also affects tomorrow. So, even not taking a risk is a risk. So you might as well take a risk. This certificate is proudly presented to Thando Nkonyana. Your hard work, your dedication, and your achievement will be cherished. Remember, Thando, when you got this award, where were you? You were in the dark. You presumed that you were on the wrong path. Every single day that you had to get up, you asked yourself, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And yet there was a lot of right that you were doing that you weren't aware of. This is R&R gold commentary. When last did you take account of that? You deserve all of this. Your hard work, your dedication, and achievement will be cherished. To my YouTube channel, to my podcast, to my esports team, to my computer business, to my media company, Today is a day I make a devotion to commit to you, to commit to every single part of myself. You've achieved a lot, and that means that you are here because of the decisions that you made previously. We started this entire journey on a pathway of telling our story, and somehow, somewhere, we are getting distorted. This is where we have to bring ourselves into accountability land. This is where we have to bring ourselves back. Why did we start this in the first place? This was about us. This was never about someone else. This wasn't about how we look. This was always about who we are, who we choose to be. Who are we going to become? Who are we becoming because of the things that we are entertaining right at this moment? Look at where you are standing right now. Look at this as well. This is all you. Take full accountability. You are not where you want to be, but you are not where you used to be. 365 days ago, you were not where you are. 365 days ago, you had different decisions to make. And in within those decisions that you had to make, you had to put the self into perspective. You are in control. You are in control. You have been blessed with these gifts. Gifts that you sometimes take for granted. Do you understand how great you are, Thando? Do you understand how strong you are? Do you understand the things that you had to withstand to get to where you are? Many would not have been where you are currently at this moment. This is a moment I'd just like to thank my mom, the woman that God chose to become my mother, my first love. Noluthando Nkonyana. My mom literally learned how to be a mother by having me. NgesiXhosa wayendikhumbuza ndophuka ibele ngawe mntanam. I don't know how to translate that in English. But this is a moment where I'd like to invite your spirit, Mampel. I'd like you to intervene, Mama, in my dreams. Intervene in all that I'm faced with. I'm giving everything and anything that I do not have power to be able to face upon you, because you're worthy, because you are what a mother is capable of. The power that you've shown me, the genes that you've passed on to me, and also the people that you have brought into my life. You know, I don't need to look so far to find you, because you're always there. I got this work opportunity because you were there. I'm in this work opportunity because you are still here. Mama, I'd like you to look over your kids, not just me. You're beautiful girls. They are facing things of this world and they need your guidance. They need your prosperity. They need you to show them that you are still with them. But most importantly, they are strong enough to withhold. They are strong enough to be able to face all of these things. Mama, I'd like you to also intervene in the relationship that we are trying to relinquish with our father. I understood how painful it must have been for you to be with my father. But eventually we have to heal. Eventually we have to forgive. Sometimes we do know what we're doing and sometimes we don't. And someone just made a point to me the other day that, have you ever thought about that your father treated you this way because that is how his father treated him? Can you quit blame and start understanding so that you don't become the same to your own child? We can't be repeating the very same mistakes. Eventually someone has to say enough is enough. And how do we do that? We acknowledge. We understand. In life there is so much that you can bear. You can't always be fueled by rage, by hurt, by misunderstanding. Because you never come with the mindset of wanting to understand. And I'm not in the business of explaining myself. I'm in the business of living. Plenty times we have survived. And we've never lived. We keep on saying tomorrow is going to be better, and yet when tomorrow comes, we still are dwelling on the very same things. So I want to rid my heart of hatred. I want to rid my heart of incompetence. I want to rid my heart of greed, jealousy, rage, anger. Because that is how we get to dip into the side of hell. Hell is not far away. It's always available. You can access hell whenever you want, the same way you can access heaven. And I believe the Creator created us for prosperity. But you can't get the good without the bad. All the things that have been sent to destroy me, instead they strengthened me. Who was there when I was going through all of that? Lord, you were there. Who was there when no one else was? Lord, you were there. I want you to intervene, Heavenly Father, in the daily that I face. I want you to intervene in everything that is being planned against me, in everything that is being planned in the evil realm. Because everything is spiritual now. We are in a spiritual warfare. I asked my ancestors, Nkonyana, 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 Hlobo zikaPaul, uNojaholo, uGcirha. Sifele zasekhaya ngenelelana ngandlela zonke. Khuselana unyaneni kule ndlela azabe inyathela. Ndlela le uzathi ayihambe yedwa. Ngale ndlela azabe ehamba yedwa. Let him know that he is not alone. He walks with you. I don't walk alone, but I walk with them. I acknowledge you with everything that I am. And I also acknowledge the fact that what I have can be taken away at any moment, which means that I can't take it for granted. Don't take anything for granted. For what you don't use can be taken away. Remind yourself that this is still a journey. It's still a pathway. We're in this together. You are a representation of the people that have lived before you. And you pass that on to your child. You pass that on to your siblings. Everything that you have now doesn't belong to you. Never think that it belongs to you, because once we do, then we get possessed by possession. That's why it's called possessions. Let's own our things and not our things own us. Let us become beings of intuitive nature. Let us connect with the higher power. Let us be in sync with what nature demands of us. And change is constant. So it's either you are the agent or you are the resistor. Journey through the concrete jungle has been impeccable. It's filled with pain. It's filled with so much pain. But I will get rich of my pain. I will get prosperous because of my pain. Let us not forget, we are not here for too long. We are mere mortals. To anyone who gets to listen to this, I want you to remind yourself that one day you're going to die. One day you are going to die. In 100 years to come, I'm not going to be here. But one thing I've told myself is that my work will live. The life that I've lived will echo upon those who come after me. It echoes in my child. It echoes in my family. It echoes in everyone that I meet throughout this pathway. And now I have to remind myself that whatever happens, I'm on the winning side. Whatever happens, you are on the winning side. So you might as well go for it. Go for it with your full force. Go for what you want. Life is too short to doubt yourself. Life is too short not to trace your dreams. Life is too short for you not to get hurt. Life is too short for you not to love. Life is too short for you to not see greatness in yourself. The fact that we are still waking up, biggest gift. Collect those gifts every day. You have people that care about you, biggest gift. You have people that still think about you, biggest gift. You are who you have wanted to be your entire life. And I'm not sure if you remind yourself that often, but man, I'm proud of you, Thando. I'm proud of the person that you become. From that young 9-year-old boy to this 28-year-old young man. What would the future version of me be doing right now? He would be taking care of his body. He would be taking care of his spirituality. He will be taking care of his mind. He will be taking care of what he exposes himself to. If I'm not around things that make me better, then what am I? It's either you're growing or you are deteriorating. It's either your circle makes you better or it makes you worse. It's either you are in growth or in stagnation. But where are you now? Where do you want to be now? And where do you see yourself? Life is a mystery. Life is complex. Life is worthy. Life is amazing. I am worthy. I will be great. I am great. I am becoming great. Let this month of May end off on a good note. We're halfway through the year now. And one of the most important things is that I said I'm not going to stop. This past 3 months showed me how much progress you can make if you just keep your head down and just get to the work. Get to work, Thando. Work on yourself, work on your mindset, work on everything. Make sure that you give your all. Because you've got nothing to lose. As I end off this current state of mind on the Motivational Maniac podcast hosted by yours truly, I'm thankful. Lord Father, you still keep me. I'm thankful. Lord Father, you still are with me. I'm thankful. Even those that are gone are not really gone. The fact that they live in our minds. I am important. I am worthy. I am prosperous. I am becoming who I've always wanted to be. Namaste.